Okay, we are live. So welcome to the regular platform-sig meeting. Today we have Mark, Wade, Adrian, and Oliver on the call. We'll have several topics on the agenda. One of the main topics is to discuss JavaEleven general availability readiness, so whether we proceed with announcements. And we also have some topics in the list. Just a second, I'll share my screen and show the entire list. Okay, do you see my screen? Yeah, so what we have today, we have action items recap, then we have a discussion about Docker Hub auto-builds, which is also related to the discussion about Docker in infrastructure and Docker publishing flows. So I've seen in the chat that Durgudas is going to join, so maybe we can just merge this topic. Okay, something like that. Yeah, I also have a brief JSOC update. Any other topics to discuss?
None from me.
Okay, then let's start from there. If we have some time, we can also discuss anything else. So action items. I believe that both of us haven't submitted the JEPs yet.
Right. My apologies. Sometime in the next 2 weeks, I'll get it done. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 years. Well, open source. No worries. Yeah, Alex to request Jenkins project ownership for Jenkins chocolate package. I believe something has been done on this front, but yeah, Alex wasn't online before the meeting.
Yeah, as far as I know, that is done, and he had reported it done, but there may be details that he needs to leave it on the list.
Mm-hmm. I just pinged Alex because I just realized that we might need some his input for JavaEleven G discussion. Okay, then code signing infrastructure with Olivier. I believe there is a thread in the mailing list. Just a second. Why does it show? Okay, doesn't matter. That's strange. I thought that there was a new thread about code signing. Yeah, maybe I missed something.
No, I don't remember a recent thread, but certainly it's still an open question,
Yep.
right? We still have not resolved, as far as I know, how we're going to do the code signing.
Yeah, I believe that code signing really depends on CDF, because until we have a legal entity which is open to issue signing keys, we cannot really proceed on this topic.
Oh, okay. So it's not that the code signing keys, so the code signing keys that are in use today are not being used on Trusted CI. They're actually being provided by Kosuke or somebody else?
Yeah, they are provided by Kosuke, and this is one of the obstacles for automating releases
Right.
on Trusted CI. Because yeah, we have automating release of Jenkins. It's one of the projects by Olivier, but yeah, finally it also has issues with code signing which we haven't resolved yet. So yeah, I think that final implementation would be somewhere here, and I'm not sure what the current Olivier's workaround plan, because yeah, currently we cannot use code signing keys formally, because code signing keys are personal ones. So yeah, of course we can deploy keys signing key on our infrastructure, which is probably a bad idea. But yeah, we don't have a plan B.
Super.
Okay, So any other missing action items?
None from me.
Yeah, hi Oleg.
Yeah, hi,
So,
Gudas.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Docker multi-arc on the agenda today.
Yeah, so it's here. So one of the missing action items was about switching default image to CentOS. Yeah, I've just put it here. Okay.
And that is being actively discussed in the mailing list.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll put the link right away. So if somebody wants to read it, it's here. So Baptiste started the discussion. Yeah, and since Baptiste isn't on the call today, maybe we'll postpone it till the next meeting. But yeah. Okay, should we talk about the JobEleven status then?
Yes.
So yeah, just quick update. Yeah, 2.164 was a silent launch. Since that we haven't received any new regressions for JavaEleven, we have received one regression for Dynatrace plugin, but it's not new. And this plugin has a relatively low number of installations, so I do not think it will be a problem for GE announcement. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I just tried to type without looking at my keyboard, because if I look at my keyboards, there is something really wrong there. I mean, some German symbols, etc. Okay, so where is it? Oh, it was actually in the top because it's a duplicate. And so yeah, de facto, this is the only regression we know about, and we are not sure what causes that. So maybe next week when Baptiste is back, we will be able to investigate it. But yeah, I don't think it's a blocker anyway.
Yeah, and I've been on JavaEleven for a month or more now, doing Git plugin development work on all sorts of platforms. Haven't specifically tested master on Windows, but it's been rock solid stable. I think we're ready to go general availability.
So 1 month for Git plugin.
Right. And while the Git plugin 4.0 is not stable, the Java base, or the Jenkins 164 seems stable, and the Java base has been very good.
Yeah, right. So in my case, I am running JavaEleven since September, I believe. So I was running Java 10, then I switched to JavaEleven when we had a hackathon in San Francisco. And yeah, I updated to 2.164 when it was released, and it yeah, also no problems for me. Okay, so yeah, just to summarize other testing, what we have, acceptance test hardness, I believe is okay.
Yeah, that's right, with a couple of minor regressions reported in the other doc.
A few minor regressions related to JavaEleven.
Yeah, there's this, this RVM doesn't work there.
Oh, right.
JRuby stuff.
So RVM just doesn't work at all.
Yeah. Yeah, let me dig the link for the document for you.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, JEP 211. Yeah, JEP. I have this document in my cache. acceptance. This, yeah. This guy.
Yes, that's it.
Key fix. Okay. Yeah, just put missing labels because otherwise we don't see the issue in the filters. But is the plugin itself a root cause?
Well, you know, the JRuby library, I would say, or JRuby runtime, or whatever it's called.
So yeah, I think it just justifies Daniel's job for removal. It GitHub, Jenkins CI. So yeah, we have a job for removing it. But yeah, what we really need to do is to add it to known issues. So yeah, I'll just put it. Yeah, it's known regressions then. Trace, and another one is VM. So it's not a blocker due to that. I gave you permissions, Oliver.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so Dynatrace, it's not a blocker because of the small installation number. Yeah, but so yeah, I just put it here so that we don't forget about it. I'm not a blocker, and the second failure was about JobEleven, right?
Correct.
But yeah.
But if the RVM is minor, this is cosmetic.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just make sure. JavaEleven. Yeah, just mark as JavaEleven compatibility because we needed to appear it on our compatibility dashboard. Okay. Something like that. Do we know about any other missing regressions which we haven't listed yet?
And Javadoc is being fixed, so, and there's really nothing else I know about.
Yeah. So what else do we have here? We have a slope count plugin. Are we still waiting for the release there? Because yeah, I believe that Baptiste has proposed a patch. Okay, pull request. No merge. Okay, yeah, we have JaxB as a detached plugin, so it's not a blocker. We still need it, but yeah, it doesn't block the release. Code sonar is the same. Yeah, graceful termination. Well, it's a feature request, so I believe it's not a blocker as well. Yeah. Oliver, what do you think about pipeline issues? So I believe you also hit this pipeline job after the restart, because yeah, these are pretty much the same.
Yeah, well, I don't know how the other one is involved. I can speak on the first one. But it was, just an idea to make sure that when we fail to deserialize, which can happen, we would somehow gracefully fail pointing users that this is, upgrade of Java version, and it's expected that problems can appear. And it was, only a best effort, eye candy for the users. I mean, I guess this is something we can live without.
And I thought that it wasn't so much, was it more an upgrade of Java 11? I thought it was that the workflow support library, or the workflow support plugin depended on a new component that even in Java 8 would have the same condition, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
Yeah, it would. The way this ties to Java 11 is that we needed to bump the component version to support Java 11.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll ping Devin about this thing. Okay, so something like that. I just pinged him, but yeah, if it's a blocker from Devin's point of view, then yeah, we might have a problem, but I don't really think it's a blocker. Okay, and what else do we have? So yeah, job DSL, we reviewed it. It's about tooling. It just miscategorized here. Yeah, I'm fixing everything, so sure. Okay, so yeah, we have a known issue with tool installers, which we'll need to document, but yeah, I think we also agreed that it's not a blocker at the previous meetings. Yeah. Okay. So, and I guess that's it, what we have in the list. So just to finish testing, acceptance test harness is okay. Plugin compat testing, Baptiste has performed runs against all the plugins we have here in the list. Just a second. Yeah, these plugins. Yeah, and yeah, finally it's success almost everywhere. We just didn't update this table. So yeah, we need to update the table, but yeah, I believe that PCT is also key. And same as all other tests we were running. So for example, Blue Ocean 88 was also performed against JobEleven, and it was fine. And same core unit tests, they're also fine, and they are part of our CI flow. So everything is actually okay. And yeah, taking this status, my question to the SIG meeting is whether we are ready to proceed with GE announcements.
Yes.
Oliver, Adrian?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, also join the party. So who else do we have on the call now? Durgras, are you interested in this story to vote or? And Alex. Okay, so what I will do, I will send this status to the developer mailing list. Who would be able to upgrade guidelines to list these known issues?
Excuse me, if it can wait until tomorrow, I'm happy to take the action item.
Yeah, it can wait.
Yeah, or it may, is it okay if it even waits till Saturday morning my time? But if you can wait those, that's great. I'm happy to.
Yeah, so
So the idea is these are the upgrade guidelines on Jenkins.io.
Yeah, so Adrian has already created pages for that. And yeah, I believe that we need to have these guidelines updated before we merge the blog post. Yeah, I think that the blog post is rather scheduled for the next week.
Okay, good. So if it's ready for sure before start of next week, that's soon enough. Great.
Mm-hmm.
The documentation was merged, Oleg.
Yeah, right. So we are just talking about follow-up updating the documentation to reflect this list.
Well, and Adrian, if you want to be the one who updates the docs, that's fine.
No, I'm fine if you. I don't own the documentation. It was just a first draft, in my opinion. So I'm totally fine with anyone else updating it.
So,
even more if I forgot something, even more it's maybe even better if someone else, because I was really focused on so I might have forgot some things. Normally not, but yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, to check agent upgrade documentation. Yeah, because yeah, we had several remoting updates recently, and yeah, I will just double check that everything is fine with agent upgrades, and if not, I will also suggest a pull request.
yeah, I continue to be delighted with the version column plugins telling me when my agents are out of date. Yeah.
Well,
agent upgrades.
Yeah, to be honest, I think we should make this a recommended plugin, and maybe even to make it a part of the core, though. But yeah, it's a separate story. Yeah, actually, we can discuss it next time. Okay. Yeah, I just did it, so we don't forget about it. Okay, so anything else about JobEleven? Any questions? Oh yeah, since Alex is on the call, I have a question about Windows installers, and actually about installers in general.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so the problem with installers is that what we ship now, our installers are targeted towards Java 8, and we agreed not to fix installers for Java 11J, but we will still need to do something afterwards. So currently we will be just shipping Docker images and Word files, but not native installers. So the question is, do we want to proceed with updating installers right after the release? Or do we want to just postpone it until it's ready?
So if we want to, we should be able to patch the existing installer for Windows, mainly because it uses the Java that is being run under. to package. So I can play around with that. The one problem is the current build is not very easy to do on a non-release machine in the Jenkins infrastructure, but I can play around with packaging it with JobEleven by default if you want, and you could have two different versions, a Java 8 and a Java 11 installer.
Yeah, right. So if you just propose a patch in packaging, it means that the new packaging will be applied only to the weekly release. And if something goes wrong with the weekly release, I believe we can survive. So LTS releases are cut using tag in SCM. At least they usually cut in such way.
Okay, I will look at it and propose a patch in packaging to use JobEleven as well.
Yeah, maybe we do the weekly. So if we do this patch, it would be really nice to reflect it in the Jenkins changelog. We don't usually reference packaging updates, but in this case, it would be really nice.
Okay, I will look at that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and yeah, there are also other installers. So if you go to JEP packaging, if you just take a look at key, for example, you may discover that there are some dependencies, for example, in RPM. Well, it's just documentation, I guess, but yeah, maybe not. I thought that RPM still depends on VDK explicitly. So yeah, it's commented out here. But yeah, I thought that some installers still depend on JavaEleven. I'll probably investigate it this week and come up with a list. But yeah, if something is really dependent, we may also need to update it. So yeah, this is fine as well. Okay, I will just check it after the meeting. But if you agree that there is no emergency need to fix installers for them to be JavaEleven compatible, I think we can just be fine with it. So yeah, I'll just make a note about installers. Okay. Yeah. So should we proceed with to the next topics?
There's one more thing with regards to Java readability and the release and announcement. We already have a projected date of the next LTS, which is due 164.1, and it's supposed to be 13th of March. I mean, we get it by the calendar, but I don't know if you want to mention it in one of the announcements. I'll pass the date in there.
Yeah. So March 13th, March 13th is what we were discussing yesterday. I believe that it should be fine. So we just need to make announcement and to say that we are going to deliver it there. Maybe with some comment that unless something goes really wrong. But yeah, I'm not sure what would be the opinions.
Yeah, I guess it's perfectly fine to announce, availability in weekly sooner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's a good excuse to announce availability in weekly and encourage people to test weekly.
Why encourage people to test RC because we already have a release candidate.
Right. Good.
Okay, so something like that. So we can encourage people to try the LTS RC.
Yeah, I agree.
Regarding the data, I think it should be fine. One minor comment that JavaEleven support team might have limited availability during these dates, but I believe we will be able to monitor at least urgent requests if they happen. And yeah, although we do Java 11 general availability, we don't switch to Java 11 by default anywhere. Docker defaults stay Java 8, installers still stay Java 8. So yeah, I believe that even if something goes wrong, there will be no emergencies. So yeah, it should be fine. Okay. Anything else about this topic? Okay, if no, I propose to switch to the Docker release flows. So yeah, thanks a lot to Docker for your patience. I think that the question is when we actually can get this integrated, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I think it's the PR 750.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's just take a look at the stage together. So what we have here, so there is a long discussion, but finally,
Yeah,
well,
I think the bigger problem I think happened at the way how we interpreted the variable that Oleg, Oliver, right,
mhm,
exposed, or the way how it was supposed to work and how we interpret it, right? So we assume that those the trusted Jenkins would source two different organizations,
yeah,
and accordingly we will be having the Docker images being built and pushed to the Docker Hub in the experimental
mhm,
repository.
yeah,
Uh, but as Batish pointed out there, it seems like the trusted CI will just have one environment variable, that Docker Hub organization that's
yes,
exposed. So what would happen in this case is if we merge this PR, we would never have a scenario where the Docker images will ever be pushed
mhm,
to the Jenkins for eval repository, because the Docker Hub organization URL, the
mhm,
environment variable will always be set to the official repo, right, that we give. So it would never take the eval repository that we have configured, and eventually will not have the images being pushed.
yeah. So I believe the main concern here is about impact on the trust CI. So
Right.
this pipeline is executed in trusted CI already. So once we integrate this change in the make file, so let's take a look. It's publish experimental, and
Mhm.
when it happens, so here there is no filtering. So it means that publish experimental effectively will be invoked on the trusted CI as well.
I don't think so. One second. Let me just open the file,
Okay.
the latest one.
Yeah, right. So there is a long discussion about it.
Yeah. One second. Chance
Mhm.
to experimental. See. See, at the moment, what happens is
Mhm.
the else block, right? As we are saying that the experimental block within the Jenkins file,
Yeah, there is no else. It's
Yeah,
just
there is. Oh, the else is actually, yeah, we don't have an else specific for the experimental stuff, but there is an outer else that distinguishes running on trusted CI and not running on trusted CI.
Okay, so yeah, let's see. If infra is not trusted, we run here.
Yeah.
But effectively, this code is a part of the trusted CI flow.
Exactly. Now, what will happen, right, in this case is that consider that it will run the experimental stage too, okay, which will eventually because it's in the trusted CI block. But the publish experimental script, if you open that publish experimental.sh, right, file.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe that it will publish experimental. The problem that it will be publishing experimental from trusted CI, not from CI Jenkins IO.
Correct. So what would happen is it would never push it to the Jenkins for eval, but rather it will push it to the Jenkins because that is the variable that is set.
Yeah, right. So yeah, my proposal would be to move this code to the CI Jenkins IO execution. So
move it in the if block, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it would be the main outcome.
Right, and I think at the same time we might want to handle the PR case, right? We might not want the PR trigger to actually push it to the Jenkins for eval, right? We would rather want it to execute that code only if it is when it's merged, correct? Because otherwise, even for the PRs that people raise, the if block would be triggered, and it will on each and every PR it will try to push those images to the eval repository. So we might have to add another condition within the if block, maybe to skip PRs, right? Just have those images being pushed on merge to master.
What? Just a second, let me try again. Yeah, the wrong keyboard. Sorry. Okay. So move the experimental release logic to CI Jenkins IO, then add filters so that publishing happens
only on merge and not on PS. Yeah.
Okay, only on merge. Yeah, and we can be specific there that it's a master branch, for example.
Yes, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, because there might be other branches. Well, it might be still reasonable, but yeah, I think that it should be fine.
Right. So let me add that check. Right. So we will prevent PRs and ensure that it happens only on master branch. Yeah. Perfect. I think this sounds good. So I will make the change, and maybe then yourself, Mark, Baptiste can have a check.
Yep. So with these changes, yeah, I believe it can be merged because it will be relatively safe for all other flows.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah. So I requested the changes here. I should have some bandwidth. So if you need feedback, yeah.
Sure. So I'll try to work on this maybe tomorrow
Okay.
and get it raise up update there. I'll update it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's try to get it integrated next Monday then.
Perfect. Yes. Great.
Okay. Thank you. Any other opinions about this topic?
No, I think we should be good for now. Hopefully, no more surprises.
Yeah, let's see.
I love that kind of optimism, Durgadas. And no more surprises. This is software. There are guaranteed surprises.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Yeah. I know it's a very long running PR. We have a history there. Hopefully, we are towards the final line to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be really important to do that because everybody is interested to have this multi-platform support, but we didn't get to it yet.
Fantastic! It's so happy to see, right? It's not only me. There are many more interested in this. That's nice.
Yeah, right. There are many interested people. I wish there were more contributors. I mean, reviews also count as contributions, but we really need more people to get it.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're actually running out of time. So we have two topics about Docker Hub auto builds and also CentOS. So I believe it would be nice to have Batista on the calls for all these discussions. So if everybody agrees, we can just push it to the next meeting. If not, we can discuss it today. Maybe
Next meeting is fine with me, Oleg.
Oliver, just because of the.
Yeah, I guess that's fine with me. I mean, we can live with the latest Dockers for now.
Okay. So yeah, I will still try to investigate what's going on. The main problem is that Docker Hub auto builds just don't work reliably because we had issue with login compatibility tester today. They were builds scheduled on the morning, and they still not prioritized. I mean, they still in the queue.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some issues with Docker Hub capacity nowadays, and we should be moving to other solutions ASAP, I believe. But
Yeah, I did have these issues like before. If you remember that when we wanted to have our previous solution, so that we could have a hook and we could trigger the builds at our side. So I had a hard time with Docker Hub at that moment, at that time also. So I had to host my own app, which could take the payload and do the processing.
Yeah, it's
So
understandable.
yeah.
Unfortunately, Docker Hub still doesn't offer good application for GitHub, and this is a big problem because the integrations don't work well. So sometimes they do, but these webhooks, there is a mess there.
Yeah.
Okay, quick update regarding other topics. JSOC update. Just a few words. We have got accepted to JSOC this year. We have several projects related to platform special interest group. And if somebody is interested to become a commenter or to propose his own projects, it's a right time to do that. So right now, we are guaranteed to be accepted to JSOC. We are guaranteed to have at least one student slot, hopefully more. There is a number of project ideas. So if you're interested, just propose your ideas here or join existing ones. So it might be also about Docker packaging, for example. It might be something for JavaEleven if somebody wants. Now whatever idea related to coding, you can put it here. And quick update from me. I actually moved to Windows. So since many people joined before the broadcast started, you may have heard my Grumbling. But effectively, I'm on Windows now, and it means that I will have some more bandwidth for Windows-related stuff, including Windows Service Wrapper, Windows Process Management Library, and some Windows plugins. At least, hopefully, I will have some time for that.
That is admirable dedication from you, Oleg. My hat is off to you.
Yeah.
I would never do such a sacrifice myself.
Well, you just need to take a look at the new MacBook Pro keyboard. Maybe you will change your mind after that.
Yeah, I would never do that sacrifice either. Sorry.
Yeah, right. So yeah, in my case, yeah, it's Windows now. Yeah, it should be fine, but let's see. Yep. So that's it. If there is no other topics, thanks a lot to everybody for participating. So the next meeting is scheduled in 2 weeks. Yeah, I believe it's in 2 weeks. But yeah, maybe Adrian, and Baptiste, we might have to miss this meeting, though I'm not 100% sure. So it's TBD. But yeah, if you miss it, I will send the heads up.
Right, and I believe I'll plan to run the meeting if you have to miss it, Oleg, because I'm available in 2 weeks.
Okay, so we keep the meeting as is. Okay, I guess that's it.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you too, and yeah, stay tuned for JobEleven G. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, if we get Docker things integrated, we probably should mention it in the changelog as well. Or maybe if Jurgidas is interested, maybe it makes sense to create a blog post on Jenkins.io and to announce that, hey, you can try out Jenkins images for other platforms now. So
Okay.
if you're interested, it's something we could do for sure.
Sure, yeah. Can take that up, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cool, thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.